Hey, what's going on, guys? Been a while since I made a video about some stuff I've picked up. Um, I have a good amount of stuff here, so I'm not even going to tell any stories about anything. That way I can get through and just kind of cover everything that I've picked up basically since before Thanksgiving and then 3rd January. It's been a while. So, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 picked up. A lot of stuff from GameStop, a lot of stuff from Walmart, um, GameFly, uh, some of them the deals around Black Friday. Yoshi's Crafted World, that's still sealed. I haven't opened that up. Cadence of Hyrule, another game that is still sealed. I haven't opened it up. Wanted to get it before it became kind of harder to get. Um, it might go down to $19.99, but it's going to begin to not be easy to just walk into a store and find. Been waiting since the summertime for Gunlord X. It's a side-scrolling shooter. Haven't yet to play it yet. Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Did play that a little bit, just one night. Opened it up and started playing it. I have it for the Wii U. It wasn't expensive. That's the reason why I double dipped. New and tasty, Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey. I think I got that from GameFly. Super Mario 3D All Stars, got that for Christmas. A game that I have in my one Nintendo Switch that is really awesome game. It's kind of like a cross between Castlevania and Contra. It's kind of hard to describe why it's Contra, but the main girl can shoot a bow and arrow, and that's like her main weapon. Two PSP games. Untold Legends. I'm trying to get it's kind of the dungeon crawler type of PSP games. Warriors, Lost Empire. There's still about 4 or 5 that are like dungeon crawler type RPGs that are on PSP that I still want to try to pick up before they start getting more than $20 a piece. Shantae and the Seven Sirens. I played this a little bit around Christmas. It has a percentage gauge, and I think I was above like 30%, and then I just then I think I moved on to that. So I did not beat this, but definitely a good game. Street Fighter 10th Anniversary Edition. If I had to play a fighting game, I'm not a huge fan with fighting games, but I would probably play Street Fighter. That would definitely be one that I would want. Mario Kart Deluxe 8. This was a deal. I think on Christmas Day they had some weird deal in Best Buy that I just was like, I'll just go ahead and buy it. I think it was like it wasn't any less than $40, but Dragon Quest 11, most recent purchase. I bought a game that I'll show later that it wasn't quite $35, so they have this deal where if you get something above $29.99, which is exactly what this game was, but it was less than 35, you get 30% off another game, and this was already down to $49.99, so it ended up being like around 32 or something like that. But Dragon Quest XI was probably my favorite RPG, turn-based RPG in the last decade. So from 2010 to 2020, this is an awesome RPG. I have it for PlayStation 4. Put in about 30 hours into it, so I'm not ashamed to have gotten this a second time, just because I wouldn't mind playing it again and as a handheld game. Only thing that stinks is some GameStop games are coming out with these black cases now. This was shipped to me like that. Bunch of games that I found at Goodwill. These are all Goodwill games in the last 2 months. So it's not like I'm rolling into Goodwill and I'm finding games every time I go in there, but it was nice to see some. They still keep the protocol of around $2 a game. This one other Goodwill I go to near my job, if they don't price them with a little indicators with the markers, then they just count them as DVDs. So a few of them, like this one, Baldur's Gate, Dark Alliance, and then Battlefront 2, I got for like 60 some cents. So a bunch of Lego games. My son was really into them when we got them before like Thanksgiving. He was obsessed with Star Wars. We were playing a lot. My patience runs really thin with those Lego games because some of them, as the adult trying to help with a kid play, it's like some of the stuff is just really not exactly sure what they want you to do. So it can be pretty frustrating, but I get them for my kids. My little girl isn't old enough to play, but she can just sit there and watch. My son can try to play, but usually he gets frustrated too. But Indiana Jones, Star Wars, I think I have a few others that I got in this other stack I have over here. MechAssault was an original Xbox game I never bought, and I just always was waiting for like a decent condition, decent shape version of it, and then I finally found one. A lot of times in the last like 5 to 10 years, if I've ever seen that game, it's always beat the fill in the blank for some reason. Sonic Heroes, the greatest hits version. I didn't have this game, and then I actually just went to Goodwill this morning and found another copy of it at a different Goodwill. That's actually the Black Label version, so I might just get rid of this one, trade it in, or sell it somehow, sell it as a bundle. Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, I already have this, but I was just going to see. I'm pretty sure I don't have it there. I know that was the greatest hits version, but I just wanted to see if this was like an upgrade or not, especially since I got it for like 60 cents as a DVD price. Whole bunch of stuff that's just, I have it as a stack, so I'm just going to try to fly through it. Rogue Trooper Redux, got that for pretty cheap on like a Best Buy deal today. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. This is $5 at Walmart. My son has been obsessed with it over the weekend. My cat wants to know what I'm doing. I was playing this game for like the last 2 weeks just because my little girl liked it. She can't speak very well because she's only 2, but she'll say the word bike, and then she's asking me to play the bike game. She doesn't say bike game, but she just says bike, and this is actually a lot of fun. If you want to play a game that's kind of like a going down trail, like a trail riding, a bike trail game that's very realistic with the physics, and you can do tricks going off of like jumps and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. Kind of reminds me, I know that like was a Matt Hoffman BMX back in the day when BMX was like really popular. Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy. I wanted this when I first heard about it, but I was just looking at a GameStop. I had a $5 coupon. I wanted to use it. I didn't want it to go to waste. SSX Tricky. This is another one that I got at Goodwill for 60 some cents. I realized I'm missing like one more SSX game, but this is another one I played with my daughter, and she didn't know what to call this, but I think she liked it when we were riding down the mountains. Stuntman Ignition. I picked this up again because it wasn't more than 60 cents, and I didn't have it. It kind of has that feel like somebody never played it, like they just got it out of the seal, and then they just never played it, and then they just got rid of it. Dawn of Mana. This is a game that I bought on eBay. Just trying to fill in some holes for RPGs for PlayStation 2 before they start becoming ridiculously expensive. This I found just recently. Been going to Goodwill a lot lately, and I keep finding more things. I feel like I missed out on a Wii U bundle. Somebody donated probably a Wii U games, and I did not get there to get the main crop of the games, but this was left behind for $2. Jurassic World. My son does not know I have that yet. Forward Unto Dawn. This is a made for a promotional film made to hype up Halo 4. And I remember when it came out, it's crazy that it was over like a decade ago, because I think Halo 4 came out around 2012 or 13, I think, so not a decade. But I picked that up. Game called Mortal Shell. This was on sale right around New Year's Eve, so I went ahead and got it as like a deal of the day game. It's supposed to be very similar to Dark Souls. I took it out of the seal and I played it for like 30 minutes. My son was sitting there watching me. He was a little bit scared, but it's the sound effects and like the weight of the weapons is what I think scared him, because he normally would sit there with Dark Souls. He's 5 and he's okay with it, but for some reason he was a little bit nervous with that. Another eBay game, Brave Fencer. This is Musashi, Samurai Legends Musashi, not Brave Fencer Musashi. So again, another just similar to Dawn of Mana, unique art style, that cell shaded art style, which I really am a fan of. I was playing actually. I just had a desire to start playing Wild Arms 3, and that's a cell shaded PlayStation 2 game. I was playing that over the weekend, and those cell shaded games really hold up with how they look, especially if I got like one of those converters. If anybody knows what's a good accessory for I've been thinking about this lately. A PlayStation 2 converter that upscales to make it look a little bit more crisp on an HD TV. Let me know if you are aware of anything like that. Don't ask me why, but it was $7, and the version of Bloodborne that I have was my first PlayStation 4 game I bought, and it was from GameFly, and it worked back in 5-6 years ago, and then recently around like Halloween I tried playing it again just because I was looking for a game around that time, and the game didn't work, so I was frustrated. And then so I figured $7 to get a brand new version. I might even swap out the discs. That way it doesn't say PlayStation Hits, and then just keep the original. As long as the original case is good, then that's probably what I'll do. But yeah, I wanted to go back to Bloodborne because I never really put more than a few hours into it. No more than like 5 or 6. And I put so many hours into Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3. But never really had the patience with Bloodborne because it's all about offensive. The concept is way more offensive than like original Dark Souls was definitely much more conservative with how you play, defense and then attack type of deal. Genesis Alpha 1 still sealed. Best Buy deal of the day. Mafia Definitive Edition. This was on GameFly for a good price. That's why I got it. I've actually been thinking about I just these open world games, especially like this next one, really intimidate me because I just know I'm going to be putting in so much time. Like one now that I have on my Xbox One I was working on was Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which I do like. It's just that such a commitment to time. It's just ridiculous. And then the last one, another $7 deal, Until Dawn. I never played that, and I just always kind of wanted to. Didn't want to pay $15 for it. Last game, the one that I said I needed another game to get free shipping from GameStop, is called La Mulana 1 and 2, and it is a big box edition. This is the only physical version that I'm aware of. I think that there was another one that was just the second game, I think. All of these versions are getting up there in price because they did not make very many of them. So I had been looking at GameStop for this because it had been marked down like $32 and some change. And it had been listed for all the systems that it was being sold for. Xbox One, Switch. Sorry, I'm shaking. Switch, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, they all had them all out of stock. And then one random Sunday, I was reading some forums and they were saying there's GameStop stock update type thing, and so I checked again, and they had it listed that they had 3 in stock, 3, that was it. And so I was just like, I'm not gonna wait a few hours or a day. It's gonna be gone. So for $32, I got this, and if you look on eBay, I was never going to pay, which it's like around $100. So I got really lucky with this. I'm going to open it to play it because I was interested in playing it, but it also just seemed like a release that people are not going to know about, and then years from now, people will be like, man, I wish I would have got that one. There's a few others here that I'm like looking at that I need to try to get before they really start getting hard to find them. Some of them being it's a game called Crosscode. There's a game called Sakuna. That's an Xseed game. There's a game that just got released, or it's just releasing like later this week, called Dungreed. It's a PlayStation 4 and Switch release, but I think it's going to be really limited because everything I've seen like it trying to be for sale, it has it listed as pre-order, and then I think like some of the pre-orders or like the locations got canceled for the sale taking place. I don't know if that's because they had a lot fewer available to sell, but those 3 I think I'm looking to try to buy just because they're the ones you got to watch out for. These games that come out at the tail end of the lifespan of these systems will be not just valuable, but they'll be the ones that people don't remember, don't think about getting because they're worried about the new systems. And I'm sure there'll still be. There's another Ys game coming in the spring of this 2021. It's like Ys. I forget what number's behind. We were up to 7, so it's probably 8. No, not Ys 8. What am I talking about? Ys 11. Was it up to 11? Now we're up to 12. I don't know. It's an Ys game. Xseed. Any Xseed game is just gonna hold its value. That Printy game is another one that I don't have. That I think it was on Amazon and it's around $40, but that's only gonna hold its value just because it's an Xseed game. I think it's a platformer. Has a connection to Disgaea, which Disgaea usually holds its value too. But anyway, thank you for sticking with me. Sorry about my shaky camera work. My cat keeps trying to get my attention, and she's like rubbing on my leg to tell me to stop and pay attention to her. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. If anybody could answer that question for me, the PlayStation 2 basically the upscale to make it look a little bit nicer. I would be interested in that, even if costs a little bit of money. But anyway, later.